Hey, I'm Claire.
And I'm Janice.
And this is The X-Files, a podcast about breakups, broken hearts, and moving on.
We are breakup coaches here to help you beat your breakup,
Heal your broken heart,
and move on to an amazing, abundant life.
Awesome. Well, welcome everyone to the next episode of The X-Files. Breakups, broken hearts, moving on. You know where you're at.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Today we are talking about one of the most common questions we get.
Yep.
Probably. Not everyone deals with this, but when people deal with this, it's probably the first thing that they ask.
Yeah,
either
and it's
Janice
really
or I.
painful for people.
Mhm. Yeah,
Which
it's
I'm
really
sorry.
painful.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep it real with you guys while also being like, we care about you and your healing and we want you to feel better, but we're gonna be a little real. And so with that lead in, what's the question? The question is, why have they moved on so fast?
Yeah, I thought we had a good relationship. We had a big breakup. They're already with someone new. What's that about?
Yeah.
Did I not mean anything? Did they not care about me? Why am I still hurting and they're already with someone new?
Yeah.
All sorts of questions, I guess, can go through your head when you find out that your ex has moved on.
It's
Quote,
so
unquote.
true. So true. Cool. So yeah, as we were going into this episode, we started thinking about our own personal experiences.
Yep.
So what?
Which we'll definitely get into. And I just want to say it was a really, really tricky one to prep for. We do prep for these.
Yeah.
Because first I thought, well, we should talk to people about how just because your ex is with someone else, it doesn't mean they've moved on. What does it mean to move on? They could be thinking this and trying to kind of explain your ex. And then I thought, well, no, we should just talk about no contact. But people who are dealing with this need more than that. And so it deserves, kind of a larger discussion. And so then I got kind of overwhelmed with thinking, what direction should we take with it at all? And then I didn't work on it for about a day. And then I thought, well, let's just touch on everything. Let's talk about the whole issue of your ex moving on, what it could potentially mean, ways to move forward, and how not to be even motivated by what your ex is doing anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this was definitely something that was hard to prep for. And this whole topic really revolves around mindset work.
Yeah.
We'll get into it, but I definitely believe that moving on has next to nothing to do with the person who has left, your ex. But regardless, this will trigger your ego to see an ex moving on, no matter how over them you felt beforehand. So just know that is normal. But if you weren't feeling over them before they move on, that's even bigger of an ego trip.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're in an exclusive relationship, you want to think, like I'm the special one to this person.
Yeah.
And so, it can be a huge blow to your pride to realize that they're with someone else. And I do totally get that.
Yeah.
So, but also, keep that in mind. If you're feeling this way, say ego talking.
That's my ego, not necessarily that I'm missing out on such a great thing, or necessarily that this new relationship is satisfying all the things that they wanted.
Yeah.
You don't know how happy they are.
Or how happy the person who's with them is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bad relationships tend, often carry over.
Yeah.
But that's not exactly why we're here. So I thought we would start with talking about what does it mean to move on. So I think in the context of this question, what we've gotten from listeners is that they ask because their ex is with someone else. Right? All right.
Yeah.
So, and again, like I said before, I hesitate to get too much into this because I think in a healthy breakup, you must make the decision to stop being concerned almost at all with what your ex is doing, how they're behaving, who they're dating, and, really kind of put this out of your mind stop being motivated by that.
Yeah.
But I do think for people who ask this, that perhaps it can be helpful to talk about what it means to move on, why people start dating after a relationship, why they maybe even start dating somewhat immediately, and that everyone does all these things for a different reason. And it doesn't mean that the relationship wasn't real.
Yeah.
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 So let's get into it. Why do we date after a breakup?
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, even if you haven't fully healed from a relationship, you might really want to start getting out there speedily.
Yeah.
So I've done it both. As many people know, I'm still single after 2 years and haven't really been that excited about dating. But in the past, I have started dating right away and enjoyed it, tried it out, waited a week, waited a month. I've done it all different. But
Done
when
it
I
all.
have done it in the early days, say in the initial couple of months, I think that's kind of early, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I've done it for so many reasons, and your ex probably has as well. So why have I dated soon after a breakup? All right. I thought it would help distract me from the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, that was a motivator. I'm just being honest. This is also me being honest. I wanted to have sex with someone else other than my ex.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
wanted
wild.
someone else to have
Yeah.
been with me.
Yeah, you're like, I
Yeah.
just want to try something new.
Yeah, when you're broken up, and you're thinking, oh my God, the last person I was with was my ex. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about that, and that has motivated me to date.
So I rip the Band-Aid off, or
Yeah, maybe, or just kind of really realizing that it's in the past, and that into a new.
Exactly. You're like closing that chapter.
Yes, yeah, completely. So I was just simply excited about meeting someone new or the newness of dating.
Yeah.
I wanted to have fun just in general after being with someone who wasn't adventurous.
Yeah.
I'm a very, I say kind of spontaneous, but very adventurous person. My ex was not. I really just wanted to get out there and have some fun.
Yeah.
I was excited about someone who I met while I was out and about. Also very social. So yeah. So this also happens to me. I have just kind of like rushes of energy about meeting people. And so I just went with it. Breakups are hard. And when you're in the sad stage, you kind of want to sit there. But then if you get this rush of energy, you might just want to say, oh, I'm feeling good. I'm going to run with it. Yeah. And like I said, I wanted to get my ex out of my system. And if I'm completely honest, I have dated soon after a breakup because I was simply bored.
Yeah. Yeah. And notice how none of them, I mean, there's the adventurous one, but I think that's more of a personal reason. Yeah. But none of them are like, I dated someone new because I was so glad to not be with my ex anymore, or because they sucked, or because that relationship wasn't good.
Or it was meaningless, or I didn't care about them. Absolutely not. In fact, some of these things were because I did care about them and I was having a hard time with the breakup.
Exactly. So yes to all of those. In my personal experience, only one time have I been aware of an ex like moving on, although I hesitate to call it that because he started hooking up with another one of his exes after me, and he like told me about it because we were attempting to be friends.
How did that work out for you?
Well, it bothered me a little bit, and he was surprised that it bothered me, but this was, he was a little bit out of touch. So and I think mostly it bothered me because I still had some sort of like possessiveness over him. And he even said like it wasn't even about the sex. It was more about having someone like for companionship in that way. Yeah. More than anything. So it was very confusing. And I was able to keep that intellectual mindset that it had nothing to do with me. And it was about him and his things, at least until I saw them walking together as I was driving home from work, and I wasn't being
Yeah.
creepy. That was like the way I drove
I
home
know.
from work. So
I know.
yeah, and
I
he was
believe
like
you.
very much a homebody, like, so I had never seen him out of his house during the day before, you know, so it
Yeah.
was totally unexpected. And that was a fucking visceral reaction.
Yeah,
It
that would
felt
hurt.
terrible. And so if I recommend anything, it's to just not fucking look, because I'm sure I probably would have felt similarly had I gone on social media and seen them posted together.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't an option for me because he didn't have social media. So
Well, and I just want to always remind people that I think I've had successful breakups, and that this also hasn't been something that's really come into play so much in my breakups, because I swear to everyone who is listening that I do not look at my ex's
Yeah.
social media. I swear to you.
I
And
believe
it
you.
really, really helps.
Yeah, it really helps. As
Mhm.
someone who has gotten weak in the past and looked,
Well,
it doesn't feel
normal.
good.
Right. Yeah, we're going to talk more about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if your ex isn't in a relationship with you anymore, they kind of, they get to have that
Mhm.
option of
Yeah.
going out and meeting new people, and people date after a breakup for so many reasons, and it's important that you not try to read too much into it. It's also important to start thinking about your next step forward rather than analyzing your ex's reactions.
Yeah, I didn't want to go into all these reasons too much in this episode, but I just think people need to know that this is just what you do after a breakup, and
Yeah.
it's what your ex is perhaps going to do for
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
reason.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to women before who, have said, like, I would be devastated if my
Mhm.
ex went out and found someone new right now. And they have like the wherewithal and self-reflection to be like, but if I went out and met someone new, I wouldn't think it meant anything about the relationship. And they're like, they understand that it wouldn't, from them, they're in their head, they see their reasons for doing what they're doing. But if their ex went out and did the same thing, they'd be just horrified and gutted,
Mhm.
So
Right.
yeah, try to flip it, and be like, if I was going out and seeing someone new right now, what would it mean? Probably
Yeah,
not anything to do with
right.
the last relationship. So
Yes, yeah, right. So if you met someone, next week, and you got excited and you accepted the date and you enjoyed yourself,
mhm.
would that mean that your last relationship meant nothing, or that you didn't care about your last partner?
No.
No, it would mean that you're moving on as well, and that's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. So, flip it on its head, see what it would look like if it was you doing it. So, if your ex is seeing someone new, point is, getting wrapped up in the story is like one of the fastest ways to just throw your power out
Yep.
of the window.
Goodbye, power.
Yeah. And if we're being brutally honest, which we do,
Yep.
it's also one of the worst things you can do to like present yourself in a positive light. It just
Yeah.
doesn't reflect very well on you.
Mhm.
And getting caught up in the narrative around why your ex is doing what they're doing, it has some shitty consequences for your own healing.
Yep. This is
And
not good
yeah,
energy. This is
yeah,
not the way that you want to appear to people.
exactly.
So, what are the
Yeah.
consequences? All right. If you tried to communicate to your ex about this, how do you think that's going to make you look? Possibly a little needy and a little icky, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is not, no, just don't. But people do. Oh my God, I have so seen it. In fact, I've dated someone who dated me after his breakup.
Mhm.
And his ex, someone saw us at a party together, told her, she started getting in touch with him. And oh my God, I was just like, girl, what are you doing to yourself? Because, oh man,
Yeah.
it's gross. All right. All right. Moving on. I think I drove that home. If
Yeah.
you communicate with your friends about this, which yeah, you totally should,
Yeah.
talk to your friends about your breakup. But what I've seen is people get into the cycle of they've moved on, there was someone else, I didn't mean anything, how can they do this to me, how can it, I'd be out of their mind so quickly, and you get stuck in this narrative, and this is, I'm sad to say, where it can get frustrating for other people,
Yeah,
because
if
you're
it's a
not going
repetitive
to,
thing
yeah,
too. Like
and you're not
I
looking
think it's
forward.
totally natural to be like, oh my God, I like when you first say you find
Find
out
out. Yeah,
through
yeah.
someone,
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. Like talk about it,
Yeah.
definitely. But if it's just like you just can't get past it, it can be frustrating for the
Because
people
you're not
around
going to
you.
probably find an answer to this question that you can
No.
fully accept and say, oh, that's why they've moved on. Great. You don't get an answer that satisfies you. And so instead, what people can often do is just keep on cycling it through and through and through. And yeah, that can get kind of tiring.
Yeah. And speaking from personal experience here, I have had an ex and there were other things going on too, but who just couldn't leave me alone after the breakup. And when he saw I was dating someone new, shortly afterwards, it wasn't that much time, but um, you know, he immediately started accusing me of having been cheating on him and started spreading all this stuff around, meanwhile also begging for me back. And not only what did it make him look needy
Oh.
and bad, it was also really scary for me to have someone be flip-flopping between I need you, I want you, and you're a terrible person who had to have been cheating on me to have moved on this fast,
Wow. Yeah.
Um,
I hadn't thought about the cheating aspect of it. Interesting.
yeah, I think
Okay.
that can be an assumption that if you like happen to start dating, especially if it is really soon, which people do.
Well, I mean, it's still good that the relationship ended. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth dwelling on. Huh. All right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
but
that
just
sounds like a fun experience
when
that
you're
you went through.
looking at like
Mhm.
how things are going to be perceived, if you're the person like who
Right.
is reaching out and being like how could you have moved on,
Hmm.
it not only can make you look needy and be frustrating to your friends, but it can also be scary for the
Yeah.
person that you're communicating
Right. I
with.
mean, this is, I think, something that a lot of very rational, healthy people do, is because you just get so caught up in these crazy emotions in the heat of the moment when it has to do with someone that you've loved. And you can
Mhm.
really start doing things that you wouldn't do otherwise. I've had people ask me, why am I acting so crazy? And it's like it's love and
I don't
emotion. And
know.
just don't, I mean, really, really try to avoid, I mean, even finding out about this, but we'll talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And also, if you replay this over and over in your mind, like you in your progress become the bottom of your list of priorities, and your self love can really go by the wayside.
Yeah.
And this is the time when you need to be focusing on you. You
Yeah.
need to be building that self love and, building yourself up and, continuing to work on that lifelong question of who am I?
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, And that said, I don't tend to like the term needy just
Sure.
because we all have needs. And I just
Mhm.
want to clarify that just because you have needs doesn't mean you're needy. Um, and I feel like that term has been used by people to keep others in a space of not asking for what they want or need. It's like a derogatory term,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
don't
Mhm.
ask because then you'll be needy. And it's like,
Mhm.
it's okay to have needs inside of a relationship, but your ex is not responsible for meeting those needs. And so I just wanted to make that distinction.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think some of these terms have been sort of co-opted as,
Yeah.
yeah, derogatory terms. I'm quite sensitive, for instance, to people calling others vulnerable, especially when it has to
Ah,
do with, unhealthy relationships or abuse or being taken
yeah.
advantage of, that someone will say, oh, well, this person was quite vulnerable to that for this or that reason. And it's like, fuck
Yeah.
that. This person targeted them. It doesn't mean that they were vulnerable.
Yeah.
Means that they got caught up with a jerk.
Yeah.
Because I've had people say, well, if you hadn't been vulnerable, this or that wouldn't have happened. And it's like,
It's like, what
I
are
made some,
romantic relationships
yeah,
for?
mhm,
If
yeah,
not
I could have
to
maybe
expose
made,
some vulnerability,
mhm,
like that's what it's about. Your
yes,
trust is vulnerable.
Yep.
Yeah.
People use it to say that someone, like, as a nice way to say that someone's weak.
Yeah. Oh, she
Right.
was predisposed to being
Yes, yes.
abused. It was like,
Because
no,
she
fuck
was
you. She was
vulnerable
nice.
because of getting over a relationship or being a single mom or this or that or other things that made her
Being highly
vulnerable.
empathetic or, it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
no.
And he targeted her because, she was an easy target. And I don't buy it, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. I don't think you attract things to you. I think
Right.
certain people put up with things for longer,
Mhm.
but it's not like, oh, the abusive people of the world will find me because I'm
Yes.
empathetic. Like they have a
Yes.
fucking radar. It's like, no, they
Mm-hmm.
try their
Mm-hmm.
bullshit on everyone. And I was the one who put up with it for a little longer than other people,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Or that you had chemistry with this person, and so it was
Yeah.
confusing, whatever the reason. But yeah, just like the term needy can be used
Yeah.
derogatorily.
Language is so important.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, don't contact your ex if they're dating someone new, regardless if it's needy or not. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get back into this.
Okay.
I want to say again that it's worth repeating that if your ex has moved on, like we said before, it doesn't mean that the relationship wasn't real. It doesn't mean that it wasn't significant to both of you, right? It doesn't mean there wasn't love there.
Yes.
It just means that your ex is going to the next stage of their life. And more importantly, that you should as well.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to skip
So,
the next part
yeah.
because we talked about that. All right. So along those same lines of moving to your next stage of life, if you are still dwelling on this question, why has my ex moved on so quickly? Why are they already with someone new? It means that you aren't over your ex, like really that much at all. So it means that you're still highly connected to them, and that's okay. It's totally okay. I mean, this is why we're doing this freaking podcast, is because breakups are hard. Relationships are significant things that happen in people's life. It takes time to get over someone. God, I know it. But rather than focusing on them, it would really, really best serve you to take these thoughts and feelings as a sign that, you're struggling and that you need to start more putting yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah, and be more active in your recovery. And I know that this might surprise you, and I don't want you to feel like you're slipping back into these patterns that you thought you were over, especially if it's been longer and time is relative, whatever. But if you thought you were over your ex and it's like these feelings are coming up,
Yeah.
after time apart and you're like, what the fuck? I was like totally over him. Maybe you've even moved on and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't want you to be like, oh, this means that I'm totally not over them. It means that you still have some connection to them.
Which is kind of normal and natural.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're saying, well, was I not significant to them? They're already moving on. So it was significant to you. And if you're still being affected by knowing that there was someone else, I mean, that's very, very natural. That's, it's all right. But,
Yeah.
let's shift the focus here.
Yeah, exactly. And you can apply it to like other circumstances as well, like not just dating, but it's kind of like just being on the playground and someone else gets the toy. It's natural that you're a little FOMO, a little jealous,
Yeah,
so
or maybe if
it's
your friend, a close friend finds a new close friend. I'm not sure that.
Oh yeah, like your best friend has two best friends. That's hard. So yeah,
especially if maybe it's someone that you don't really know. I mean,
you're just like,
do you want to? So we have not even mentioned this. So would you say, Claire, that wondering why has my ex moved on so quickly we said it was ego, but is it jealousy? Do you think that could be
maybe a little bit of jealousy? Yeah, and like you just have a little bit more possessiveness. Like you're like, but he was mine. you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to not feel anything, that would be a that would be a very high level of
Detachment.
disconnect from,
Yeah.
and
Like,
detachment from someone who you
yeah.
were in a relationship with. And so
Yeah.
I mean, it's healthy even to have these feelings.
Yeah, it means that you actually made a good connection with that person.
Yeah.
Like, I think I would have been bothered by like my high school boyfriends getting a new girlfriend maybe like for a year after. But now, like, obviously I feel nothing. Like, I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, and
Like,
I also
we're
think
so
that,
different.
yeah, I'm just trying to think how I would feel.
You
So,
know?
okay, something just came to mind is when I was living in Bali, um, so I had an ex that would stalk me on social media. All right. And he created fake accounts, the whole thing. Well, and one day he started following me again from a new account. And this was someone who you can probably hear in my voice, definitely didn't want to get back together with.
Yeah.
Wasn't really sure why I went out with them in the first place, but
I love those ones.
yeah, really, I was not. I was not
"Why did I
heartbroken.
do that?"
Yeah, I was. Yeah. So, but I found out through the account that he was dating someone new. And he had even said that he wanted to marry me and have kids with me. So when I saw the pictures, it hurt. Honestly.
Yeah.
And it was a very confusing feeling to me. And I even called one of my friends and, just told them about the whole thing about the account and seeing the photos. And I even said to her, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but something about this just hurts. And I think this is why I don't do the social media after breakups thing. Something about seeing images of an ex with someone, for me, that can be painful. I still think today, people ask me if I go and look up my ex-husband's social media, and I still haven't blocked on Facebook to this day. I've never gone looking, and people ask me why. And I honestly think that if I saw a picture of him like with a new wife, it would still hurt.
Yeah.
Really, I do. I think that would be painful to me.
Yeah, because it contradicts that feeling of being like a singular special person who's irreplaceable,
sure. Maybe for me, I've just stopped trying to explain it, because anyone who listens know that I'm happily divorced, but I just know this, and it's just how I am. I don't know. I don't know.
That's so interesting because oh my God, this just made me think about when you're starting to date someone new and you see pictures of them with their ex or something, and you're starting to date them. And the feelings that come up in there, I think are really telling too, because there are people I've dated where I'm like, oh, look, there he is with his ex. And it's just like felt nothing. And I'm like, yeah, I've pretty much, I didn't know why I was dating that person too. So like, I think, you can do it in reverse and be like, oh, I do care about these pictures of them with their ex. So I am actually like kind of attached to this person.
Yeah. Right. And you wouldn't really want to look at too many pictures of your current partner with their ex.
No.
That wouldn't be fun to do.
Yeah. Like my boyfriend right now, I don't want to think about him with like anyone else. Like, fuck no.
Right. So this is all normal. But again, we're saying so that these are things that Claire and I avoid doing, and that you should as well.
Yes.
All right.
Cool. So I, just know it's totally cool to be struggling with this. You don't have to make it mean this big thing, but you can still be active in releasing it and avoiding having this happen by not looking. So let's talk. So let's go ahead and take a break for our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
We have loved creating free and accessible healing resources for people around the world who are looking for support on their breakups, broken hearts, and moving on journeys. Each day, we receive DMs from many of you who have let us know the positive impact X-Files is making in your life. Our vision for the second year of our show is something that we both feel so completely. We are looking forward to continuing to share useful resources each week, but also expanding our offerings to help people go more deeply with their healing and growth.
Part of our vision is expanding the connection with our community. And to do that, we are thrilled to be launching the X-Files Patreon. Growing this aspect of our community will allow us to keep creating great content for everyone each week and also start developing even more healing resources and support. We would love for you to be part of the first group of the X-Files patrons. So head to the link in the show notes now to sign up for either the $5 or the $10 level. And we will both be looking forward to connecting with you very soon.
Welcome back, everyone. Claire and I are laughing because during the break, we were talking about how ignorance is bliss. And back to my story about, I don't want to know. And I wish that everyone knew that this is a very easy way to really just get this person out of your history, and is just don't know, don't look,
just don't look,
don't keep them around,
don't look. This well-known TikToker, her name is Bun Daddy on the app, so I don't know what her real name is, but but she made a TikTok about this. She said, she's been lucky. She said it was lucky that none of her exes have had social media, and so she's able to be like, single or dead. They're either single or dead. I don't care. I don't know anything more. I can make up exactly what has happened to them. They've been single or dead ever since we dated. And it was just and miserable. They totally missed out.
I don't necessarily wish that on all of my exes. Not all of them.
Not all of them. No.
Not all of them. No. Okay.
Yeah. So pretend they don't have social media and just block and forget.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please, everyone. All right. Yeah. So as we said before the break, the main reason why you're asking this question, not even that you're asking about, you're dwelling on it. Obviously, people have asked us, people have reached out to ask. So it's because you haven't yet released the relationship. So why don't we talk about how to do that rather than dwelling on all of these whys and why do people date, which, as I said, it was important to mention, but how do you cope with this? That's what we are here for, is helping people.
What action do you
cope.
take to not be in this headspace anymore? So number one, back to the basics. If you're struggling with why your ex has moved on, you're having too much contact with them. You know too much. If your breakup was emotionally charged, don't keep track of what this person is doing. Like, why do you even know that they're dating again? And I get that some people have like a similar friend group and this information just comes across your radar, but I'm guessing that might not have been what happened, because I think that's, I think our friends can be tactful a lot of the time.
I get it. I come across this question a lot is, my family keeps in touch with them, or my friends keep in touch with them, or or we have mutual Facebook friends in common. These are all excuses for not going no contact. Even if you have mutual friends, you can go no contact. You can ask your friends not to bring it up. There are there are ways you can ask even your friends. If it's a close friend, you can even ask your friend not to have contact for a time.
And be honest with yourself. Are you starting these conversations?
Yeah.
Are you like digging for information a little bit?
Right.
You know what you're doing, even if you're trying to be subtle with it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So no matter what and we're gonna do an episode on this, but unless it's kids in common, no matter how many friends you have in common, you can still go no contact. So we're being real, you guys. We're being straightforward.
And pets are hard, I get it, but they are okay. Don't worry. They'll recognize you, but they're not missing you. And I hope that's not
that is a hard reality. Oh, and we got to talk about pets. In fact, if anyone's an expert on either the pet thing or the kid thing, we'd love to have you on. So another hard truth about the pets is that pets are very resilient,
Yeah.
and many of them are very adaptable. And so, yes, it's going to hurt on your part a lot. But the pet is going to be able to adapt. So
Yes. And for moving forward into relationships in the future, just, have a plan in place. Whose pet is it? Like all of those things. And
I
have it
really
be a
wish people wouldn't
realistic
do the
fucking
pet
plan.
thing.
Don't, I mean, we'll talk about this some other
I
time, but
really wish. Yeah. Oh, because I know that people get so excited about having animals and being in a relationship and wanting to share things. And I really
yeah.
wish people wouldn't go there. Because, yeah. All right, let's go on.
Yeah, have a plan. Just have a plan.
Yeah. So, and then like we keep on saying, but we have it in our outline. So I'm going to drive it back home. All right. If finding out that your ex is with someone new, knowing what they're doing, if this information is hurting you, why do you keep on looking? Why do you keep on allowing this information into your life?
Yeah.
So, as podcasters who are talking about this and not currently going through it, we do realize that it can be very easy to say all of this because we're on the outside of your situation.
Yeah.
But I think it's important that if you can hear us tell you that it's not really logical what you're doing, we may be able to help you also stop it. So,
yes.
And what are we saying? It's time for no contact.
Yes. No contact. And I know when you're in a dark place, like, it's so funny how our minds work that we're like, I'm feeling bad right now. Let me just, spiral a little deeper and check his social media and go stalk his new girlfriend's social media and compare myself to her and get like a total inferiority complex going. Like, let's fucking go, send it. Like, so, I get it. Like, but recognize you're going into that downward spiral and cut it off. Like, you can stop yourself. You do not have to go to rock bottom. You can stop. So
yes, absolutely. That's what this podcast is for. That's what our coaching is for. It is possible. I know that it doesn't seem like it because social media is quite a habit forming, but it is entirely possible. All right. So what about the fact that you want to stay friends? you can probably hear the sarcasm, and I'm so sorry, everyone. I just see this leading to so much misery for people. So you want to stay friends. Okay. That is a really great concept. All right. Well, you might think it is. Many people think it is. I guess in general, friendship is good. But in reality, how can you be friends with this person right now?
Yeah.
If you're seeing that they're dating someone new and this question is sticking in your mind, it's causing you pain, it's getting in the way of your healing, you're having really any reaction to it, how do you expect this friendship to go down? This also doesn't make sense. So yes, if you do want to stay friends, you have to release the relationship first. And once you release the relationship, you release the charge around it.
Yeah.
And then you can explore a friendship.
Yeah. We so 2 days after this drops, so come back in 2 days. We have an interview.
Don't leave us.
And we talk about this in that interview about like being friends after the breakup, and it's like you were never even friends in the first place, probably.
I can't wait to explore this.
So come back for that discussion with Brett from Love Fucking Sucks, because it's a great interview.
Yay, Brett. Yeah, it really is. Yep. And it's just true. You're not even being realistic.
Yeah.
And I know that if you are so concerned about being friends with someone that you're not cutting them out when you're trying to heal from the breakup, it really just means that you're not over them.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
honest with yourself. Like, you
Yes.
don't have to tell us, you don't have to tell anyone else, but
Mhm.
you know the real reason why you want to be friends. And
Mhm.
if the whole ex moving on thing is really bothering you, it's not likely because you actually just want to be friends with this person. You're just trying to keep some thread, some hope that they're still in your circle, they'll still see you, and one day they'll change their mind. And that is not what a friendship is built upon.
Mhm.
That
No.
that just sounds
No.
like torture.
Yeah, it is. This is something that really causes people a lot of unhappiness.
Mhm,
So, I don't know if we need to get into this too much, but so
mhm.
what do we mean by no contact?
Yeah.
So, we did a very popular episode on this. Do
I
you
think it was
remember
our
what?
second episode.
I was
It's
going to say two or
yeah.
three. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
it's
So,
gotten more
scroll
hits
down.
than
Mhm.
anything else. Um,
Yep.
yeah.
So scroll down. We've done an entire episode on this. I want to just keep bringing it up though. This is the like trendiest thing in breakup coaching right now, and it's just
Mhm,
because it works. And so I also want to be really clear that when I say no contact, I mean that you're not even friends on Facebook. I mean that the person doesn't have access to you. All right. It
mhm.
doesn't mean that just that you're not reaching out, but also that they can't reach out to you.
Yeah.
I would even say, yeah, that it means that this person, if they are talking to friends or family, that it's not getting back to you. I think that you need to be blocked, or the person needs to be blocked. I
Yeah.
know that people really struggle with the blocking thing, but
Yeah.
for me, I would say that this is like the highest level of commitment to no contact for the 3-month period would be that they have no way to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. They don't get access to you anymore. And
Yeah.
I know it's sad and I know it's hard,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, it
it's
is
really
really
powerful
hard to
though.
do in the beginning, and it does get easier, and you'll probably be happier. And I said 3 months. It's different for everyone.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you want to say anything else about no contact?
Nope.
All right, cool. I just want to say that you should do it. So,
You
if
should
you
do it.
are, if you're struggling with why have they moved on so quickly, I am a big journaling person, and I think that you're asking this question because you're not putting your healing first, and that you
Mhm.
still have quite a charge around the relationship, and that it's a really good opportunity to refocus on your healing.
Yes.
And I think that this can be a really good opportunity to use one of my favorite journal exercises, which is to write your breakup story.
Mm,
And then so last week I did an episode on journaling,
yeah.
and this is one prompt that I didn't share during that episode. So we're giving it to you now.
Yay.
So in the aftermath of a breakup, I think that sometimes, yeah, like I always say, there's things that are left unsaid. I kind of struggle with feeling like they don't really see the reason that I see for the breakup, if you know what I mean,
Mhm. Yeah.
Right? So it can be really powerful to write your own breakup story. So pen and paper time. The journal exercise goes like this. First, 1, I'm angry that. Right? You could even say
Dot
it.
dot dot.
Yeah, you could even say, I guess, I'm angry that you're dating someone new. I suppose you could start out that way, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing there might be other things you're not too thrilled about right now. So
Yeah.
I'm hurt because
You're dating someone new.
I mean, that's actually completely valid. All right,
Yeah.
number 3, what I wish you knew was. All right, yes, I love this. I deserve more because. Yeah, yeah. I'm moving on now because. All right, did everyone hear that? Number 5, I'm moving on now because. Okay. My wish for you is. Number 7, my hope for me is. All
Yeah.
right. So these are just more exercises, more tips on our part to help you release the relationship.
Mhm. Yeah, so Those are such good journal prompts. Oh my God. So a few more words of wisdom if you're hurt over your ex dating someone new, kind of like rapid fire. Like, first of all, don't reach out to them for any reason. There is
Yeah.
a workaround. Anything you think you need from them, there's a different way to do it. So don't
Yeah.
reach out to them.
All right. Do.
No,
Do not. Or, all right. Number two. Do block them on social media so that you are not tempted to continue to keep up with what they're doing. Please.
no. Yes. Number 3, try to participate in healthy activities with your friends rather than dwelling on your breakup or what you found out about.
Yeah, distraction. I think healthy distractions can be really
Healthy
good
distractions. Yeah.
with this question. I
Mhm.
really believe that. All right, so do get support from a coach, counselor, online resource, etc. You know, even read articles, get some type of support, and then
Mhm.
to figure out what you need to do to continue to move on. You know, this is going to look different for everyone, but the big thing
Mhm.
you need to realize is why am I being kind of stalled in my progress? What is it and what do I need? And getting support
Mhm.
can help with that. Which is
Yeah.
why you're here probably. So welcome, you know, you're you're doing some good things by listening.
Yeah. Another thing you can do is work on thought work or the work. It comes by very many names, but I'll be sharing something by Byron Katie that you can use.
Cool.
She calls it the work, but you can also look at Thought Work by Brooke Castillo. There's Self Coaching 101. Her book is quite helpful in this.
Oh,
So,
also, I don't know that. Okay, I'm writing that one
yeah,
down.
Self Coaching 101. So, basically, like, your happiness is created from within. It's not from external circumstances. It
Yes.
comes from your thoughts. So if you were thinking better thoughts that you believe,
Mhm.
that's key. You have to
Mhm.
believe them. Yeah.
Or
Um,
believe that you could believe them,
yeah,
which is like what
believe
we
that
talked
you're
about.
working on believing. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I am learning how to come to terms with this. That's like a bridge thought. So,
Yes.
for instance, so, when you're having this thought of like our relationship meant nothing if he's moving on so soon, try
Mhm.
The Work by Byron Katie. So it's 4 questions. Number 1, is it true? And if you still say yes, ask number 2, what can I absolutely know that it's true? And in that case, no, you can't. You cannot,
Right.
even if
Right.
you said yes to number 1. So
Well,
that,
and even if you ask them why they've moved on
yeah,
and they told you, which obviously no, never do that.
no,
But if they told you, just like when we talk about with closure,
yeah.
I know we're being kind of silly, but just like with closure, if your partner, your ex-partner gave you a reason, even then you wouldn't know it's true.
Yeah, you don't know it's true. And we're not
There's
trying to
no
like
way.
sow seeds of just like distrust in everyone around you, but just know, like, you come up with your own meaning. You get to
Right.
choose what is meaningful to you. So, and our language is imperfect. You cannot possibly sum up what is happening in someone's head. So even if they tell you
Yeah.
something and it is true, there's nuance to it. There's things you're missing.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
is it true? Number 2, can I absolutely know that it's true? And then number 3, this is important. How do I react? And what happens when I believe that thought? This is when you start to get insight. You're like, wow,
Mhm.
I feel totally insecure. I feel like replaceable. I feel like I'm not special.
Mhm.
And how do I act? What happens? I lash out at my friends. I kind of self-punish myself. I binge eat food. I go
Oh,
out and party
yeah.
too much.
Mhm.
Start, like, get real with yourself. Like, how is this thought affecting your life negatively? And then number 4, who would I be without that thought? So this is huge.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like this.
I would have more confidence.
Mhm.
I would believe that relationships last for the time that they last for a reason. I believe that every relationship is special. I believe that the present doesn't negate the past. Like all of these different thoughts that make you more empowered, more confident, love yourself more, all of these things. So who would I be without that thought? And as a second part of this one, find a few flips of that
Okay.
thought.
Yeah.
And find specific examples of how each turnaround is true in your life. So if we were to do an example of this, it would be, for instance, he shouldn't move on so soon. That's the root of our relationship meant nothing if he's moving on so soon, is that he shouldn't be moving on so soon. That's the root thought.
Yeah.
Number one, is it true? No. He can move on whenever he wants. You're not together.
Right.
So number two, can I absolutely know it's true? Super duper no. Like, number three, how do I react what happens when I believe the thought that he should not move on so soon? I feel worthless and sad. I lack trust that anyone can care about me if that is true. Don't believe it when people say they love me. And then number four, who would I be without that thought? I would have peace with the past and have trust in future partners. And if you're going to turn it around, and this is an interesting thing that Byron Katie suggests, is that you flip it. So you switch out he and I and the length of time and things like that. So instead you get, I shouldn't move on so soon. I shouldn't wait so long to move on. He should be moving on. And for each of these, come up with reasons why they're true. And it's not to like make you feel terrible about yourself or that these three flips are actually what you should be doing, but it's just telling your brain, hey, there's other options here. That one black and white polar like shouldn't qualification, like that's not true, because look, the flip of it is also true in some circumstances. And so it just can help you gain some perspective and really just break free of that.
Cool. I like this a lot. I wasn't familiar with this before, and I think this is a perfect suggestion for someone who's struggling with this. Yeah. Nice work, Coach Claire.
Thanks. I read a book.
Well, all right. Well, wonderful. You know what? Please remind me. I want to include a link, sort of link to this or something. Okay. All right. Well, so what it comes down to is this is time for you to do you. It's time for you to commit to your healing. It's a sign that you need to continue to work on releasing the relationship. And we're totally rooting for you to do all of that. And yeah, and I definitely, I know that you can.
Yeah.
So we hope this helped.
Yay.
All right.
So it's time for Breakup Ballads, toxic or empowering.
Okay, so it was my turn to choose the song for today, and I mean it was kind of quick. So I thought, all right, so should I pick a song about someone who's struggling with this, and so I thought it would kind of be a song sort of about a scorned ex, almost, if there was a song about this. And immediately, hello, Alanis Morissette, You Ought to Know.
Yeah,
it
fits just perfectly.
It was as soon as it came to mind, which was immediate. I was just like, we've got to do this.
Yeah,
I mean, it is one of the most famous songs by an ex about an ex, and definitely the most famous one about knowing that your ex has moved on.
Yeah, I think in that specific aspect,
that is very specific, but there are songs written about it. Anyways, so, and as I was telling you before we were recording, when Alanis Morissette came onto the scene, oh man, she just blew my mind. I couldn't believe, as a young Mormon girl, that women were like writing about this shit. And I don't know,
it's very R-rated for a Mormon child. Well,
but it was this song was everywhere. There was no avoiding Jagged Little Pill. there's no way around it. I mean, this was still probably in the days of radio. But yeah, the entire album just, I still love it to this day. I think she's very talented. All right, so we are going to analyze You Oughta Know.
You oughta know. We won't
God.
sing it to you.
No, it's gonna be in my head though. Okay,
Yeah.
so once I went to put all of the lyrics in here, we did realize that it's a little on the long side if you think about it. So we're not going to read every bit, but we're gonna read some of the big bits.
Okay.
All right, so it starts out. Oh my God, I'm gonna laugh. Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do
Oh my
this.
God, you're blushing.
Because I'm gonna laugh because I want to sing it, but I don't want to sing it. Okay. Because who is not gonna, I mean, everyone knows this. Okay. I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. All right, she goes on.
She goes on.
Yeah, oh, she does. An older version of me, is she perverted like me? Would she go down on you in a theater? Does she speak eloquently? And would she have your baby? I'm sure she'd make a really excellent mother.
Seems very sarcastic.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's just cut in. For starters, what stands out to me as a breakup coach is that she is full on comparing herself to this other person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's just clearly the opposite of what you want to do. Even if you found out about this, you would really want to just stop it in its tracks as far as the thought roller coaster goes, and not start wondering if she's, as good in bed or as perverted. Or you wouldn't really want to be comparing yourself to, I mean, really anyone, but especially your ex's new partner.
Yeah. And I think this is common because you get there's that cliche of they have a type and you're like, oh, she looks just like me.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what I think also, people do wonder this about, sex, and thinking about your ex having sex with someone new is, I would assume, a very painful thing to do.
Yeah. So
while I think it's a good song, I don't think that that's a good message.
Yeah, don't.
Or a good
now
idea.
That we brought it up, don't think about it. Yeah. So another thing. Another line that she says in the song is, and every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me until you died, but you're still alive. Ooh, I feel like this is one of the most famous. Well, I mean, it's the bridge. So it's it's the lead up to the most famous line. Mm-hmm. But I just, the promises we make in relationships, we did talk about this in the interview with Brett in 2 days as well, but you're right. Be honest and true and come from the heart in the moment, but people change their minds. And it's hard to wrap your head around, and your heart, honestly, around that paradox that someone told you that they'd be with you until they died and now they're with someone new. That's hard. That's hard.
I can feel it. I know that. I really, really understand. That is a hard thing to grapple with.
And you've probably been with someone that you said you'd love forever, that you are no longer with. And, and are kind of glad.
Yeah, it happens.
There's someone in your life.
One thing that we want to kind of get through with this podcast is that dating is fun, relationships are fun, and you're meant to do it with multiple people. And when you can get to the point where you realize that, you can actually bring a lot of joy and happiness and excitement into your life. But you will say these things. Yeah, you meant them, they meant them. All right, do you want to read the next stanza? So we got to read the chorus. Yeah. Okay, we're not going to read it every time, but the chorus
the chorus. I'll do the next line because I have a note on the next line.
Yeah. All right. So Again, trying very hard not to sing. It's so weird to read it instead
Here
of sing it.
to
To
remind
remind
you
you of the
of the
mess
mess
you
you
left when
left
you
when you
went
went
away.
away.
It's not
Not
fair
fair.
to deny
Deny
me
me.
of the cross I
I
bear
bear
that
that
you
you gave to
gave to
me.
me. You, I don't know.
Oh boy.
All right, so that's allowed, right? Are we allowed to sing it? I know we
Oh
can't
yeah,
play
we're
it, but
allowed
all
to
right.
sing it. I just don't know if people want to hear that.
Right, well,
But we're
I'll end
sorry.
it, but I
Yeah,
cannot
we're
resist. I'm not going to say the words to the
and I'm
most
here to
famous.
remind you of the mess you left when you went away.
It is not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me.
You.
Ought to know.
Ought to know.
All right, what do you think of the chorus?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of it's interesting because it's talking about um that he has a responsibility for what he's created in his absence. Um and that's kind of the thing with breakups is you're not responsible for that person
Yeah.
anymore. Um and it's interesting because it's almost like he had less culpability before the breakup when he did have responsibility for her. And now that he's left, she's like, dude, you gotta pay some like emotional support to me here.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you've
Look
done
what
a
I'm going
bad thing
through.
to me. Yeah.
Right. And that's just not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah. The next line is that what you wanted to say about that? Or
Yep.
okay, cool.
All good.
All right. So the next line, you seem very well. Things look peaceful. I'm not quite as well. I thought you should know. Moving on can be an avoidance tactic. Like we don't know what's going through this guy's head. But here she doesn't want him to be able to pretend it never happened and that the consequences were real. And she kind of sees it as like, you're just off swanning around pretending that like it never existed between us. But hey, like I need you to know I'm still here dealing with the heartache.
Yeah.
While
And this
you're
is off with your new person. Oh, and this is a really common instinct during some breakups is when you have been hurt, you want the other person to suffer for that
yeah.
or to feel bad that they hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, I would say that boils down to human nature,
Yeah.
so that I think that's natural, but it's extremely unhealthy.
Yeah. It's not helping you.
No.
You know, like eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not helping you. So yeah.
I mean, you really think you're going to get to the place where you feel like you've enacted enough revenge on your ex?
yeah,
Like,
who
I
you
mean,
thought you loved, you know? It's like, is it really helping?
yeah, not a very positive way forward, if you ask me.
No.
All right, go on.
So do you want to read the next one or I mean, I have things to say about it, but do you want to read it?
You can say it.
Okay.
All right.
It was a slap in the face, how quickly I was replaced. And are you thinking of me when you fuck her? Oh, I love this one. It's so toxic. But we've all had this thought, I think, maybe once. You know, just ask yourself if you think of your exes when you're sleeping with someone new. You know, are you like laying there thinking about your ex? Like that's fucked up. And if you did, if you have, ask yourself what meaning you assigned to it yourself. Were you, you know, were you a terrible person for like having a momentary thought of an ex like when you're physically with someone new, you know? Just get curious, don't beat yourself up. I think the idea here is to understand that you know, our brains just bring things up for like random reasons and stuff. So there's that. But sometimes we excuse our own behavior while condemning others for doing the same thing. So, you know, she's hoping or wondering if he thinks of her when he's fucking his new girl. But
Do you think that she
Yeah.
wants him to be? I mean, like, why is she even
I
asking
think
this? You
so.
think? Yeah, yeah. I think
think
she's
so. She
kind of
wants it to
hoping.
drive him crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, oh, you replaced me so fast, but you're not actually free of me. I'm
Yeah.
going to pop into your head in those most intimate moments when you're
Mhm.
with this new person.
Yeah, so you should be suffering still of of what you did and the
Yeah.
consequences and the fallout. And you should
Mhm.
also not be enjoying sex with your new partner because
Yeah. Be
you should be
haunted.
suffering so much that you're being haunted by me during
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah. You can't
Ugh.
even enjoy the sex, man. Like great decision making.
Probably especially. Okay. Oh boy,
Do we
Alana.
know who this is about?
Oh, there has been so much speculation. Oh my
Yeah.
God, give it a goog. People have all of these theories. She said that it was, none of the main theories that people throw around. Okay, so I guess there's no way for me not to say this, but so apparently she dated David Coulier for a short time right before this. And he was quite famous. He's a Canadian comic.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was on Full House. So that's not, do you know who he is?
No, but I know what Full House is.
Okay, so he played the uncle on Full House, who's a stand-up comic, and so they had dated around this time. So people associated the two of them together, but apparently she says absolutely not. Like they just dated for a short time.
This is a lot deeper than a short-term
and
relationship.
Hilariously, so some people are gonna hate me for mentioning this show, but How I Met Your Mother did a whole episode where Robin in her past was a teen pop star. And she wrote a song about one of her exes. And back in Canada, they created a documentary about who the song was really about.
My God, I forgot
they had
this
all
episode.
of these Canadian stars come in and saying it wasn't me, and one of them was David Coulier. And he comes in and he says it wasn't me. Why does everyone say it was me? It's really cool. I highly recommend the episode. I'll try and find it for you.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we don't know, as far as I'm aware, that we don't know for sure who she was singing to. So she's not Taylor Swift. She doesn't.
Well, Taylor Swift doesn't ever say.
She has.
She's never confirmed anything. People just really piece it together.
I mean, she's kind of specific in some of her songs.
Some of them. Dear John. Yeah.
Well, we're not here to. Taylor Swift comes up a lot in our pop culture stuff, but we're not here. It's right. So let's go on with You Oughta Know. The next lyrics that we've chosen, because the joke that you laid in the bed, that was me, and I'm not gonna fade as soon as you close your eyes, and you know it. And every time I scratch my nails down someone else's back, I hope you feel it. Yeah, so my take is that it's really not healthy. These revenge fantasies are not really what you want to be dwelling on after a breakup. It is not very good energy. It's really not very sexy. It's not empowering. And not healthy. So it's toxic.
I can see how in the stages of grief, anger is more empowering than just devastation, and so I think she's at the fuck you stage.
Which I actually do,
but
think
it's not good.
I think that anger can be powerful in the aftermath of a breakup. I think it can prevent you from reaching out. I think that it helps you to own the situation. I think that if you feel like you were mistreated, that it's good to be angry. Absolutely. I think this might be perhaps taking it a little far, but we don't know how long she dwelt on these thoughts. So
and also it just might not even be about anyone in particular. So
well, I'm speaking kind of a little hypothetically. We don't know what was behind the thoughts of the person who's singing this in the moment.
Right. I'm just gonna have an English major moment. I like the contrast of using scratch my nails down someone's back because that can be like a good sexy thing.
Yes.
But also it's, you're damaging someone's back, and that like has a parallel to like whipping someone. So it's like a punishment thing, but also, you can self-flagellate. And so like having thoughts of her is kind of like him doing it to himself and him punishing himself. So there's just like really cool
she was a brilliant songwriter. I think that the song is good and the lyrics are very creative. And I also love how it goes back to the imagery of her carrying a cross.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
which
good.
She also thinks he should be taking the weight of. So it is very clever for sure.
Yes. Oh my God, that is good. So many. I mean, we don't have to go into it because it's not relationship stuff, but
no, it's good writing. I think it's not good messages to send to women who are suffering from a breakup, but
but oh well.
I mean, like we said, it is good to get angry. If you feel mistreated, get angry. But I would definitely say at least don't act on these things.
No.
So
yeah.
So what is your vote, Claire? So you ought to know, toxic or empowering?
Oof. It's definitely toxic, but it's also empowering. But I think we're going more toxic.
Yeah. I think when we
because it's not really helping you long term. It's gonna help you in the short term to just be angry, but it's not helping this woman heal.
No. And also just the fact that there's all these comparisons between her and the new woman. Yeah, I'm gonna vote for toxic.
Ding ding ding.
All right. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this edition of Breakup Ballads, toxic or empowering. If you can let us know what song you would like us to analyze, we likely will. And we're going to wrap it up for this episode. Why have they moved on so fast? But before we do, we just want to remind everyone to mark their calendars for May 4th, 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Claire and I are going to be doing some live coaching in our Facebook group, Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On. So we'll see you there, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to X-Files, a podcast about breakups, broken hearts, and moving on.
If you like this episode, tag us on your Instagram story so we can connect with you.
And you can find me, Claire, on Instagram at Claire Lofthouse.
And me, Janice, on Instagram at Janice Formicella. If you'd like to join our online community, find us on Facebook at Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On.
And here's a preview of our next episode.
Yeah, and I think it's so important to have a partner that's, along for the journey and supports you growing. And, fucking life is hard. Like, growing's hard and evolving is hard. And if you have someone that's constantly getting in your way of doing that, it obviously causes friction.
Totally. I can't even believe when I hear people say that their partners aren't supportive of either their job or their friends or their family.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Also, that's your next company name is Life is Hard. To go with love fucking sucks and life is hard.
Love fucking sucks and life is hard. So
not pessimistic at all.